Hello guys, welcome back to another vlog of Bonnie Explore with Bonnie Productive channel, and I'm using this as my script that I have prepared for this video because I do history presentations at a community agency, and today in this video I will talk to you about Perth, city where I live. It is in Western Australia. I have been living here for 25 years and very hot day today, 36 degrees, so I stayed at home. Perth is the capital city of Western Australia, sits where the Swan River meets the southeast coast. Sandy beaches, its lined suburbs and a huge riverside Kings Park. I go to Kings Park sometimes, and there will be a bus from my suburb that will be taking me to Kings Park soon, so yay. And yeah, that's a new stop. Blue Cat bus is going to have a new stop in Kings Park, and botanical gardens on Mona Lisa, sweeping views of the city. The Perth Cultural Centre houses the state's ballet and opera companies and occupies its own central precincts, including theatre, library and the art gallery of WA. I'm a host on Meetup and Be Friends, so I sometimes get people together and we go out and check out the art gallery. So that is something that you can do in Perth for yourself. Interesting facts about Perth. It covers 1/3 of Australian continent because it's very large and spread out. WA spans more than 2.5 million square kilometers, 1 million square miles. WA is home to more than 2 million people, most of them in Perth. So yeah, that is a lot because I have been studying history and I have found out that back in the 80s or 70s, the Perth wasn't built up as much as it is today at all, so it would not have had 2.5 million people at all. It had maybe something thousands for a capital city, which is a very small number. Why is Perth so unique? There is a long list of things that makes Perth Mint unique. One of the largest collection of investment gold bars is Australia. Precious metal refinery, and it's home to one of the gold coins, the largest, most valuable coins in the world. So Perth Mint, it's in East Perth, you can check it out. I've been there a couple of times. Why is Perth so popular? Like Melbourne, Perth frequently ranks as one of the world's most livable cities in the world, despite its sporting skyscrapers fueled by mining bloom. In the city exudes a refreshingly relaxed vibe, but you will also find plenty of big city tourist attractions and activities. Why is Perth named Perth? Stirling soon realized that the soil of the coast was not suited to architecture. He decided to establish 2 towns in the new settlement and commercial part of Fremantle and a capital. He named Perth after Scottish city, about 9 kilometers up the Swan River. So I heard that there is a Perth in Scotland, and one person told me once, I checked the weather for all other Perths in the world, and I was like, why not does he do that? But there is a Perth in Scotland, so sometimes when you look up, I have some YouTube subscribers that subscribe to my channel because they thought that I was from Scotland, Perth. What do you call a person from Perth? Person from Adelaide is called Adelaidean. Person from Melbourne is called a Melburnian. A person from Sydney is called a Sydneyer or Sydney, but one person from Brisbane is called Brisbaneette. Canberra is a Canberrian, so if you're from Canberra, you're called a Canberrian. And the person from Perth is a Perthie. so I'm a pretty. It's pretty expensive. Summary about costs of living in Perth, Western Australia's family of 4 estimated monthly costs is $3,431 without rent. Perth is 21.63% less expensive than New York about rent. Rent in Perth is one of average 66.44% lower than in New York. Whew, so they compare Perth to New York. I didn't think we came that far, did we? Is Perth a pretty city? What do you think? You can comment below. Is Perth a pretty city? I'm sure you would agree. Perth River is also known as Perth is also known as a Perth City. The Swan makes it too. The Swan River is broad expanse of water. You can see yachts sailing on the river. You can make a walk riverside or walk around Elizabeth Quay. Elizabeth Quay is a very pretty area. I would say it's definitely pretty. You can take a walk you can catch a ferry to Perth Zoo. So there is a South Perth ferry that you can catch from Elizabeth Quay to Perth Zoo, and you can use your smart rider. It's pretty cool. Weather and climate. Weather and climate. Perth is the sunniest capital city in the world, averaging 8 hours of sun per day. Oh, did you know that we get 8 hours of sun? I didn't know. That's a lot of vitamin D. It's no wonder that we are a happy city, because you need vitamin D to be happy, not money. In Perth, don't be surprised if you see folks taking Kenny and friends for a run through the early hours of the morning, making the most of beautiful warm weather, or so early in the AMs. As we say and do, we are here in Perth. Slip, slop, slap. Sun is going to be out. So today is 36 degrees, so you need a hat, sunscreen and sunglasses. I wear all 3 these days when I go out in 36 degrees. Accessibility. What is the saying? Basically, a 20-minute drive to get everywhere in Perth. Yep, you probably heard, and it's kind of true. We're maybe smaller than Sydney and Melbourne, but we're damn cool and convenient. How good is it to be able to head out for dinner, enjoy drinks, and be able to back home within just an hour, having experienced literally zero traffic, cruising, and uninterrupted. We highly doubt that the biggest cities can offer you that. So if you live in Perth, small city, yes, but you can get anywhere within just 20 minutes. Basically, you don't have to think about how I will get there. Will I get lost? No, you won't. Beautiful scenery. Our stunning beaches span along numerous coastlines with soft sugar white and crystal clear waters. It's pretty easy to see why people from all over the world come to see them. So we've got Cottesloe, Scarborough, City Beach, North Beaches. They're just stunning beaches. I post videos on my YouTube, you can check them out. We must not forget beautiful Kings Park overlooking the city with abundance of native flora and fauna. The most beautiful hiking trails all around. I might go there for a hike. It's not enough Perthville 100% when you over. You go and see the helescope of pinks, purples and oranges created by fairy floss sunset, which we are lucky to do every single day in Perth. We got a lot of opportunities here. I got a few more pages. My history presentation. Culture. We already covered some awesome outdoor lifestyle. We are so fortunate to live in every single day here in Perth. I feel very lucky to be living in Perth, I have to tell you, because I feel that it's just so friendly and so laid back and everything. However, we must not forget the food culture, with restaurants constantly popping up all around. The buzzing bars, places to grab a bite around Perth every day of the week. Not to mention sporting culture, the Weka for all things cricket, plus West Coast, the Eagles have won 4 premierships. And to top of all of that, we have the Matangara Bridge that connects the incredible East Perth with Briswood. And you have views of the Optus Stadium. So this is the Matangara Bridge. Check it out, check out my other videos and you will see all of this in action. I have gone to Matangara Bridge everywhere. Travels to Asia. We are isolated in Perth. We're pretty then far away from other cities. That allows us pretty independent, and we saved up. We have saved us from COVID struck places, but so when COVID struck other places badly, it didn't strike Perth that much because we're very isolated, and we are spread out. We're not as crowded as Sydney and Melbourne, so it's not all in the Premier. He thinks that he saved Perth, but it's more about how we are faced geographically on the map. Because of our location, we are certified travel links to all spots in Asia. Going to Bali, stop by Perth. Going literally anywhere in Southeast Asia, Perth's your go-to stop. So you can go from Melbourne, Perth, and then Bali. Sydney, Perth, then Bali, and you can spend, like, if you want, 3 days in Perth and check out our nice city. We have a whole world of culture on our doorstep, and when international travel resumes as normal, you're best believed to be going to make our adventurous location on top of your world map. So do come to Perth when travel comes back, because there is a lot to do and see here. Is Perth a safe city? Like 72% of Perth residents safely at top of factor choosing where to live. You're in luck. Perth is widely considered as one of the safest capitals in Australia, with nearly near non-negligible crime levels. How do you say this word? Negligible. Guide to Perth's most popular cities, suburbs, so you guys like these videos. So number 1 is Fremantle, number 2 is Melville, number 3 is Rockingham, where Mark McGowan lives, number 4 is Cottesloe, number 5 is Forestfield, number 6 is Willetton. That's a bit far away, I don't know why that one would be popular, but anyway, who's asking me? Number 7 is Scarborough. Scarborough has a nice life and nice beach and cafes and everything, and a lot of bikies. Number 8 is Alkimos. It's spelled Alkimos. Maybe you know what that is. Number 9, Wombra. That's near Rockingham, a bit below Rockingham. Number 10 is Subiaco. And here comes, that was one of my most popular videos, here comes the worst suburbs of Perth. Number 1 is of course Northbridge. That's where this video is filmed, and I still did not get knocked in the head. Number 2 is Medina. That's near Rockingham, I think. Number 3 is Westminster. Number 4 is St. James. My mum's work friend lives in St. James, and she's got so many big dogs because her house was getting broken into literally all the time. Number 5, Karawara, that's near Curtin University. Number 6, Abbey Grove, near Success. Number 7, Condola. Number 8, South Lake, that's near Spearwood, near my parents' home. They won't be living there for that long, they're moving on. Number 8, South Lake, yep, I said that. Number 9, Midland. We all know where Midland is, don't we? Number 11, Hilton. Number 12, I haven't heard of this one, but Neerasbup. Neerabup. I can write down these in comments, the ones that I don't know how to pronounce, to make it less confusing for you guys that have English as my second language. 13, Caversham. That's where the Animal Wildlife Park is. I don't know why that's considered as bad. 14, Ginadil. 15, Redcliffe, that's near the airport, that looks a bit dodgy, and you have planes flying above your head all the time, not cool. 16, Waffle Grove. 17, Billia, that's where everyone from my country lives. That's offensive to them, your area is the best. 18, a Naval Base, that sounds like Armadale, but I don't know. You can correct me below if I'm wrong about some of these suburbs. 20, Burswood. What is the most dangerous suburb in Perth? Now Midvale holds the unbelievable title of Perth's most dangerous suburb, with the highest rate of Perth crime rate per 100% residents. The area is known for its highly density of state housing, so they must have a lot of state housing, and then small time crime happens there. The shittiest suburb in Perth is Armadale. Shopping trolleys are everywhere and businesses shut down due to high crime rates stealing in the area. So don't open up a business in Armadale. Whatever you do, whatever you do. Safest suburb is Perth. So now I'm gonna tell you something positive. So between the most popular suburbs in Perth and safest suburbs in Perth, there is a bit of a difference. Because safest ones are the quieter ones, but they're not always the most popular ones. Dalkeith, number 1, 31 incidents reported. Floreat, 63 incidents reported. Lower Chittering, 14 reported incidents, but Lower Chittering has a lot of fire, so maybe they're fire related. Leeming, 102 reported incidents, that's a lot. Iluka, 42 reported incidents. Minora, 25 reported incidents. Daglish is a good area, yeah, safest, so these are all safest. Daglish has only 14 reported incidents, so that's pretty good. Kingsley, 127 reported incidents. Wembley Downs, that's a nice area by the river. Wembley Downs is 58 reported incidents. Duncraig, 155 reported incidents. Gooseberry Hill, 37 reported incidents. So here is a list of Perth's best suburbs in Perth. Churchlands, number 1. Number 2, Dalkeith. Number 3, Shelter Point. Number 4, Shelley, that's by the river. Number 5, Atterdale, that's by the river. Number 6, Floreat, that's where the shopping centre is. Number 7, Rosemoyne, where the good high school is, and that's where they put all the kids, all the parents with kids want to live there. Number 9, Minora. Number 10, Mount Claremont, that's where the mental institution Claremont is, so I don't know if you want to live there. What is the oldest suburb in Perth? So here comes a bit of history. Claremont is situated in the west of city centre. Claremont is the oldest suburb in Perth, within super location of the river, conveniently between the city and the coast and directly on railway. It's one of the most popular, most expensive suburbs. Not popular, expensive, but it is also popular for clubs and cafes, and that it had a serial killer, but he was caught. Short history of Perth. For nearly 40,000 years, the area which Perth now stands was occupied by groups of Nuna people of their ancestors. A fact has been verified by discovery of ancient stone, that means very old, implements near the Swan River, which have been carbon dated at 38,000 years old. In December 1696, 3 ships in fleet, commanded by the Laming, I will write this name down, it's one of the explorers, Laminga, anchored off Rottnest Island, and on 5th of January 1697, a well-armed party landed near present day at Cottesloe Beach, marched east coast eastwards towards Swan River near Freshwater Bay. They tried to contact some of the Nuna to inquire about the fate of survivors of the Ridderschap 1 Holland, lost in 1694, but were unsuccessful. Following this inquiry, they sailed north, but not before the Valami, I don't know if I'm saying this right, heads west toward the Swan of the river, because of the black swans he saw swimming there. So the Swan River got the name after black swans. They must be very old and historic animals. Just over 100 years later, in 1829, Captain James Sterling founded Perth as a part of the Swan River colony. Sterling, through the natural environment around Perth, was a beautiful as anything of his kind I have ever witnessed, and